Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, today on this video I will presenting to you about marketing management mini project 7.9 based on the books by me, Umar Hafiz from University of Lampung. Alright, come to the first slide then. The question itself is critical thinking marketers commonly ask celebrities to endorse products, but trying a brand to celebrity can come with risks if that celebrity falls out of favor with the public as the result of something they do or say is perceived negatively by public. How would you determine if the signing of a celebrity to an endorsement deal is worth the risk? What would you want to know to make that determination and reduce the risk potential? Think of an example of a celebrity endorsement in a recent history that has gone bad and what happened? How did the impact on the brand and did they recover? Next slide. Here are my answer from the first question. The first question is gather ideas about different dimensions useful for segmenting the men's athletic shoes market. You may use your own ideas, but you probably will also want to examine advertising and other marketing communication developed by a different athletic shoe brand. And my answer is my idea for the men's sports shoes is Nike. The example is Nike. And it is related to the question above because we all know that Cristiano Ronaldo has a celebrity, is the celebrity who Nike endorsed, and after they contract signed, they started from since 2009. Nike has become superior football shoes, but there is one time in 2015 where Nike almost cut off their contract with Ronaldo, and it is just because Ronaldo wears an Adidas shoes in one of football match, and Nike didn't like it because their sales went down after Ronaldo wear Adidas shoes. But luckily for Ronaldo, they didn't cut off the contract, and it's still going until now to segmenting the shoes. We had some nomination. I had some nomination, for example, like Nike, Adidas, Converse, Skechers, and these four brands are competing each other right now. For example, like if as a teenager, if we are looking for cool fashionable shoes, we will choose Converse because Converse is like the classic model of their shoes. And if you want the sport shoes for running, etc., like basketball, we will choose Nike because model of the shoes we want. But if we're looking for comfort, Skechers are the perfect option because we could get this from different brand advertising. We could know that Nike is sport oriented shoes because the advertising approach, and they make from making contract with Ronaldo, for example, like, and many more. We could know Converse is a casual shoes because they did that also in their advertisement by presenting us a group of a teen hang out, highlight their shoes. They just grouping around talking about their shoes, and so that could make our perspective for this product a Converse. Almost all product had their own way to communicate with customer through their advertisement. Next question, which this B question, based on the dimension for the market segmentation that you have identified, develop a questionnaire and conduct a survey of consumers. You will have to decide which question should be asked and which consumers should be surveyed. So I have already made some question to some of my classmates about the shoe product, and the question I asked is, which one is the best sports shoes brand, Nike or Adidas? And most of them answers the same. Three of them answer Nike is the best sports shoes because the widely range of shoes, for example, like they have basketball shoes, they have running shoes, they have football shoes, futsal shoes, and etc. And two of them says Nike has the widest shoe segment from running, futsal, and basketball, etc. But one of them say Nike is also producing one of the most hyped shoes in the market right now, like We know the popular Nike Air Jordan basketball shoes. Many people are looking for it right now, causing the price rise high, and all of the participants, as almost all of them, have at least one Nike shoes in their house. Come to the next question. C. Analyze the data from your research and identify the different potential segments. From the data that I found on my research, we could make a simple conclusion, which is Nike is one of the most popular sports shoes in Bandar Lampung, and dating the only one and the biggest segment of shoes, for example, who have running shoes, tennis shoes, basketball shoes, and also football shoes. And all of these segments have their own potential. Like for example, like teenager who like to play basketball would hardly choose the Nike Air Jordan because it also used by one of the most popular basketball player ever, which is Jordan. And they named the shoes after a basketball player because for marketing maybe, and also for tribute to the player itself. And if a teenager who liked running, they could choose a Nike running shoes segment. For example, like the Nike Air Pegasus is one of the most popular running shoes ever produced, and this running shoes is popular for a reason, and it is because Nike is a brand that known to make extremely light shoes and comfortable to use for running. In my opinion, all of these segments have their own potential. For example, teenager would choose the running shoes and basketball segment, and for an older generation, they could choose tennis shoes or even golf shoes, which don't really popular in Indonesia. Next question is develop a segment profile that describe each potential segment. When we wanted to develop several segment profile to describe each potential product, we could divide it into age and the usage for the product itself. For example, if a teenager, I would choose the Nike sport shoes because they presumably active in sport like football and running and whatever. From this, we could make this into a teenager segment. So there will be two segments. The next segment is the older generation segment for the old people. We could put, for example, like Nike golf shoes or tennis shoes because older generation usually they did low movement sport like golf. By develop into this segment each profile, we could see the potential from every segment. Next question, E, generate several ideas for how the marketing strategy might be different for each segment based on the profiles. There are several ideas for advertisement they could use for each of the segments. For example, like Nike sports shoes, the football shoes, and I think the Nike strategy is already good by endorse Cristiano Ronaldo for their football shoes, and it is really working well, as we see right now. And it is mainly because the youngsters always watch a football match. And the other marketing strategy is for the older generation, which I mentioned in the previous answer, like the golf shoes and the tennis shoes. In my opinion, it would work if they start a paper-based advertisement, like a newspaper, for example, because old men usually read newspaper, and this could be the potential to marketing their products. The next question is F. Define your competitive advantage. In my opinion, the competitive advantage from this each brand is obvious. Nike should make the sports shoes, the football shoes, and everything. And the one who should make fashionable shoes for teenagers is Converse. And the last one is to make comfortable formal shoes is Skechers, because they're really good at making comfort shoes. And why not they make formal shoes like a pantofel, for example, and make it comfortable so we could use it comfortably. And I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I had many mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.